What is up, guys? It is Emily. I don't have Fowler in the room, so he's sleeping. But for this vlog, I am going to talk about my experience with my middle school bully. I decided to make this video, to help people that are, in elementary school, middle school, or high school, and are going through the same things I went through. I just want to show them that, life gets better after you get through that stuff. It's not the end of the world, and there's so much more to life once you get through school. So please just remember that when you are getting bullied, that you can get through it, and then once you get through it, life is so much better. Because once you get out of high school, middle school, cliques don't matter. It's your life, you live it how you want to live it. So for me, I got bullied in 7th grade. I had 6th grade in elementary school because they hadn't made the switch in my school district where they'd have 6th, 7th, and 8th together. So when I was in 7th grade, my middle school still had 7th, 8th, and 9th together. But anyways, when I was in 6th grade, I was popular with everybody. I was the person, who was nice to everybody, and, everybody liked me, and, getting bullied was not an issue because, I was the completely, likable person. And then once I started middle school, everything still seemed, the same. And then there was just one day while I was at my locker that, I noticed, 3 girls, talking over their shoulder, just, looking at me in a funny way. And, that day, I really didn't think that much about it because, I didn't think it was going to be a thing. But, then it continued, for a few days, and I just started, having anxiety, about what they were doing. And then I started noticing I'm doing the same thing in class. It was only, one person bullying me, but it's she would egg on, the other people to start, just make me paranoid about, what they were saying. And, I didn't really, dress, how other girls dress, and the girly girl clothes and all that. And I still don't, as you can see. And some of them, were experimenting with makeup and stuff. And I wasn't doing that yet, and I still don't wear makeup most of the time. But and I just wore t-shirts, maybe a fleece jacket or something like that. Jeans and tennis shoes and stuff. And after being considered, the likable person in elementary school, I never thought anything about, ever getting bullied. And, what really gave me anxiety is that my bully just wasn't in, it wasn't just in the hallways, because she was in 6 out of 7 of my classes. And so this continued, through the hallways and into, 6 out of 7 of my classes, except for my one class, which was my art class, because, I absolutely loved art. So, that helped me a little bit. But, I started, having an anxiety of not wanting to go to school. I would, just have, a deep anxiety of not wanting to go to school. I would, tell my mom, oh, I feel sick today, my stomach hurts, I have a headache, just because I had the anxiety of not wanting to go to school. And while I was having this anxiety, I actually did also get some stomach issues. And so it's after I started, having the anxiety of not wanting to go to school and missing days of school, and when I would go to school, it was just more bullying was happening where, people that I thought were my friends, at the beginning of the year, and they would just say little things, and just kind of whisper, or, just, if you've ever been, verbally bullied, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They just kind of look at you and, whisper next to the person next to them, and it's just making me, really paranoid about, getting bullied. And after I noticed this bullying was happening, in, 6 out of 7 of my classes and in the hallway. And, I was missing school and having that anxiety of, not wanting to go to school. I did go to my counselor, and I remember that day because I was bawling at schools for us started at 8, and I'd gotten there at 7:45, and I remember this was the day I was just I can't handle this anymore, and I just went bawling to the counselor. And my mom actually did let me go home that day just because I could not calm myself down. It was bad. And so with having her in 6 out of my 7 of my classes, just stop the bullying and stuff like that. One of the things they did after I talked to my counselor was they completely switched my schedule around. And this was halfway through the year, so it was really awkward. It wasn't the start of a semester, it was halfway through the year. So I had to switch 6 out of 7 of my classes so she would not be in my classes, and being able to have an influence over me. So the type of bullying I experienced was mostly verbal bullying, which I also kind of think is more, also psychological bullying, just because it really affects your mental state and, lowers your self-esteem a lot and makes you think, differently, about yourself. I never experienced any physical bullying or anything like that, but, getting verbally assaulted, I feel does more to a person than, than a physical bullying, does, just because, it affects on how you see yourself. And, when I was getting bullied, it did not make any sense to me why I was getting bullied, because, I was always taught, treat others the way you want to be treated, and, be respectful and stuff like that. And so it just affected me greatly, when I started to get bullied. And most of my bullying was done by one person, but it was just the little, whispering and stuff other people did that also did affect me. And if you were some of those people, that were the ones that, do little whispers or make fun of me, I do forgive you guys, and I also do forgive the person that did bully me. I bet you were probably going through something hard in your life at that moment that you felt like you had to do that, but just know that I do forgive you for whatever you did, and in the end it actually made me a stronger person. So just remember, I do forgive you for doing what you did. But I didn't experience any bullying whatsoever in 8th grade, freshman year, and throughout high school. I didn't experience anything with bullying then. Now I know for most of my friends from high school, middle school, elementary school, they know me as just the quiet girl, that most everybody liked, and most people don't know I got bullied in 7th grade. So I know this is probably different for you guys who know me to see me talking like this, but just starting to do more stuff with YouTube has just showed me that I just like to talk about this more and just get it out there, that even me, the happiest person every day, that people see me, they see me smile all the time, and I'm happy that I did have a rough part of my childhood that changed me. I went from being I was I wouldn't talk that much in elementary school, but I was very, I don't know what you'd call it, but just the person that they wouldn't talk when the teacher was talking, but if you wanted to talk to me, I'd be open to it and stuff like that. And after I got bullied in 7th grade, it made me really shy and timid, and I didn't really start getting back into being more of an outgoing person again until probably sophomore year of high school, when I found the art hallway with all my art classes and stuff like that. And that's where I learned to do a lot of stuff with the camera like this, and also did a lot of drawing, painting, and ceramics and stuff. And that really helped me gain my self-confidence back, because one thing, we had to present on art, and I always be thankful for my very loud art teacher that would always make me talk louder. You know who you are, and thank you for making me a confident person again after going through what I went through in middle school. And besides art classes, I also took 4 years of German in high school. And that was also a good friend group that I had, was all my you know, German class friends, just because, you know, let's just say German, you know, there's not that many people that sign up for German because I think it's going to be like a super hard language, so everybody else takes Spanish. You know, I took German just because I didn't want to take, you know, the normal thing everybody else wanted to take. And, you know, I found some of my best friends throughout high school that in German class. I think that's really when I got back to being myself. And I really haven't felt like, you know, completely comfortable in my skin until probably, I'm going to say my first or second year of college. That, you know, then I finally started to realize, you know, nobody gives a crap, you know, what you look like or, you know, stuff like that. You just need to be yourself. That's why one of my main things I say on my YouTube channel is to, you know, be yourself, because it's your life and just live it. But I will always be thankful for my childhood best friend who is a year older than me, that stood up to my bully in the hallway, and, you know, I will always be incredibly thankful for you doing that, just because, you know, you probably knew I was at like a low point in my life. I probably had low self-esteem at that point, and, you know, you standing up to her did make a really big difference. You know who you are, and thank you for doing that. The thing is, though, even though I was getting bullied by her, and after that stopped, I was still getting made fun of after, because I missed, you know, so many days that people, you know, would, you know, say little things, and it just, and, you know, that stopped after a while, after I started, you know, going to school regularly again. But, you know, I still noticed little things like that. I only got through all of this because I had a great support system with, you know, my mom, my dad, my childhood best friend, my brother, my sister, my neighbors, just, and all my other friends in middle school. That's the only reason I got through it and never thought, you know, about, you know, the worst, you know. So having a great support system while you're getting, you know, bullied at school is the way, you know, that you can get through it. You know, having your mom, your dad, the counselors, other teachers, you know, at school, other good friends, that is how you get through this stuff. And the thing is, the reason she was making fun of me, you know, was stupid because, you know, of how I looked. You know, I was 4'9", I think, around that time, you know, and now I'm 5'9", so yeah. And I actually, the summer after 7th grade, I grew, like, if I remember right, like, over 3 inches. So, I mean, I think I actually grew more than that, probably over 6 inches. So I went from being 4'9" to, you know, 5'7", I think. And besides the height thing, you know, she made, you know, I know she was making fun of me because of my hair, because at the time, you know, I had bangs. Now I don't. I just, you know, just regular hair, you know, without the bangs up front. But yeah, I had bangs at the time. I'll pop some pictures up here of what I looked like, you know, at that time. Also, like, I'll include some, like, 6th grade pictures, and then, you know, I'll include an 8th grade picture right here to show you know, how much at least I considered I matured a little bit more in the face and the neck at that time. But yeah, I'll pop that picture up right here. But yeah, and I would, you know, still wear like my red fleeces and just like a t-shirt and jeans and stuff. Just because, you know, style, you know, having all the girly clothes, it was not a priority for me. And, you know, I just got made fun of, you know, for not being normal. So, you know, I don't have to be the one that like blends in with the crowd. I'd rather stand out than, you know, just be quote unquote normal. What I always found funny is it's like the next, you know, after I got through 7th grade, the next year in 8th grade, they included like a bunch of like anti-bullying stuff. And I don't know if that was because of me or because there was a bunch more other kids getting bullied, but I always remember it was so much better for, you know, kids that came after me. And the thing is, I didn't get bullied in elementary school or high school or even, you know, in 8th grade. It was only 7th grade. And I know there's people out there, you know, who get bullied or who got bullied, you know, throughout middle school and high school. All I have to say is just don't be a bully, because you don't realize how much it can affect somebody mentally. For anybody out there, you know, getting bullied and you need somebody to talk to, you can always reach out to us on, you know, our Instagram Twitter or Facebook if you do need somebody to talk to. I know what you're going through, and just get through it. There's so much more to life once you get through the bullying and stuff that happens in middle school or high school or even elementary school, or now after getting through middle school and high school and stuff. Now I'm the person that everybody knows as the dog crazy 22-year-old in college that also works. So I'm definitely not the same person I was when I graduated high school. I still do art and everything whenever I get free time, but it just goes to show you that don't let anybody bully you and turn you into someone you're not just because you want to be you want to fit in and be normal. Be different simply because you only live life once, and there's no point in holding on to stuff like this. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the only reason that I've been thinking about it a lot lately is just because I thought about making a video about it to show other people, you can get through it. Otherwise, I really don't think about the days that I got bullied that much. It kind of sits in the back of my head. But, life's a learning experience, and that was just part of my life that, I have to deal with. But, you get through it, and now I'm almost 22, and I love the life I'm living. Thanks for making it through this video, guys. Sorry it was more of a, a serious topic. Some of our other fun videos. Please leave a comment down below of anything you experienced, with, getting bullied, or, just if you just need to talk about it. I'm all ears. Just leave a comment down below, or, if there's anything you guys want to see us do in the future, you can leave that down below too. Promise the next vlog will have Fowler in it. Please like and subscribe. Check out our social medias. And please remember to love and train your dog, be kind, work hard, and most importantly, be yourself.